You are watching FEM Talk on Trajectory TV. Welcome and enjoy the show.
Acolo a fost personalul de serviciu care ce înjurați-o blestematul ăsta și ți-o fură mâncarea.
Unde?
La Dicta, la Sfântul Nicolae. Să nu fie poate numai pentru bani. Acum deja numai pentru bani. Că toți donațiile și astea, și donațiile primesc copiii, nu?
Da.
Primesc copii. Donațiile se pune în
The purpose of this documentary is to raise a universal alarm on the extreme poverty levels in which families and over 41.5% of Romanian children live in. Some children go to bed without eating. Some eat every 2 days. 8 in 10 Romanian children in orphanages are not even orphans. The extreme poverty levels of their families forces the parents to abandon their children, either in an orphanage, a placement center, or with a family member, so they can go abroad and work. Even more alarming than the rising poverty levels in Romania are its ramifications: neglect, child abuse, child labor, rape, trafficking, school abandonment, children ending up in the system, in prison, or even worse, dead. Now imagine a world in which all children can grow up in a loving family with proper food, access to education, sexual education, access to proper mental health and physical health, access to integration programs. Imagine these children having the same chance in life as our children. Let's be family to these children. All of us, together. Let's be the answer to the end of poverty and social exclusion. Join our forces and help us build a better world in which families and children of Romania flourish.
Hello, everybody. As you see, my head was moving. I was jamming to our intro there, but we are glad that you are back for this FEM Talk Tuesday. We have our very own Shema She here, and she is going to be teaching us about how to travel tonight. But before we get into that, we're going to bring in Dr. Melissa. All right. Hello. So are you excited about this? I can't wait because For those of you who don't know our very own Shema She tonight, everybody, she is an avid traveler and she is a world traveler. So, and any opportunity that she has, like I'm going to tell on her, right? Any opportunity that she has, she will travel. So if you say you're going somewhere, she's like, I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in. So, but before we get into that, we wanted to talk about, you know what comes first, everybody? The hot topic. So, yes, we have a very short clip that we want to show. And after the clip, we will discuss a little bit with you. But let's show that clip.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a bus
he owns
driver?
the bus? If he owns
No.
it. If he owns the bus,
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well. I would date a bus.
Oh, that you've said.
So Dr. Melissa, you're gonna have to wait 1 second. I'm gonna make you wait 1 second. Not only because you were just like but because one, you've been married for over 30 years. Two, you're also a relationship coach. So you gotta wait. You gotta answer last on this one. So I'm gonna say to my beautiful bestie over there, would you date a bus driver?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Y'all, FEM Talkers, y'all have to excuse my voice.
Like this. It's loaded, huh?
I'm a little under the weather, so I'm so glad my bestie took over this today. But would I date a bus driver?
On that one.
I gotta be honest. I'm gonna say I would. I am not above dating the bus driver. It has to be some very other heavy characteristics that go along with dating a bus driver, because it is it's an honest job, and especially like she said, if he loves it, I'm assuming you love people, you love the public, you love serving people. I try to see it in that light. So I'm gonna say yeah, I would, and with some other caveats.
So I'm going to chime in on this, right? But I first have to say, before I put my own spiel to it, I laughed at the fact that the commentator said, if he owned the bus, because I do have to say, years ago, I probably would have came out with that same, right? Exactly. Exactly. I would have came out with that same answer real quick, just like she did years ago. But now, being the person that I am today, I would date a bus driver. I would date a bus driver. I would. I absolutely would. And I'm going to put this on it too. If he was all the things that Ayanla described, right? I would date a bus driver, because those characteristics and that integrity and the love that he would have based on what she was describing, I would date a bus driver, right? Because I can make my own money, but I want to make sure that the bus driver is not a person who wants to sit still. And I'm not talking about having to go out and own his own business. If he loves driving a bus, amen to that. But if he's doing other things like philanthropic work or, you know, supporting the family and whatever the family is doing, there has to be more there about the man. But the man that Ayanla was describing, I would definitely date that bus driver. Okay. I'm just going to put that out there, you know. 2 for 2. So now let's ask the relationship expert, Dr. Melissa.
I I'm gonna say I'm married to a bus driver. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm married to a bus driver, and I'm using bus driver as kind of a code name. I'm married to a hardworking man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's always worked hard. He's always done what he needed to do to take care of his family. And I remember at one point that meant that he stayed home for a year to take care of the family. When we had to make a decision when we had 3 babies at home and needed some childcare, and we couldn't find any, and we made a decision that where my career was at the time required, I wasn't the one to stay home at the time. So he said, you know what, I'll do it. And oh, there we go, hung. There go my bus driver. Come on now. Come on. But I think bus driver is a synonym for a hardworking man.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate Ayana saying that, because I think we put too much emphasis on what the profession is, or what he should be doing, or he better buy me my Gucci bag and my my Louis and all of that kind of stuff. We are way too materialistic. I think that's why a lot of people get stuck in this. What does he do, and how can I get him? You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
He can take care of me. I want to stay at home. Whatever that is.
Amen.
So I think yes, I'm married to the bus driver. I love my bus driver.
Amen.
He has taken care of me over the years, and yes, he did buy me my 2 Louis bags. Hello.
Amen.
And has done everything under the sun for me and my family. So yes.
And this is over 30 years of marriage. So hump to that. Thank you. And we love our big brother, Dr. I was gonna say Dr. Lamont. I'm just on your name.
That's right.
We love our big brother. So amen to that. Amen. All right, everybody. So we are going to get into this conversation here about travel, because travel season is coming up. Everybody is free, and the summer, everybody usually goes away. Listen, especially if you have families and you have kids and kids are in school, and you don't get to break for your vacations until the spring and summertime. Well, we're going to talk about how to travel with our very own She She. So take it away, She She.
Not only is it coming up on travel season, it's here. If you look at your airports and all of the commercials and all of the news broadcasts, people are moving around. Been locked down for a while. We've been open for a while, and the airports are going bananas. So much so that there's so much traffic, and I guess COVID made people think I gotta see more than I've seen. The FAA wanted the airports to cut down on their flights. You see my face?
Are you giving them the angry face?
I am giving them the angry look. We can't cut down, right? We can't cut down on our flights. That means that I don't get to go anywhere as often. But what it also means is there's evidence that people are actually moving. They're seeing the world. They're getting around. And what we want to talk about today, among several travel options, is some local travel, some extensive travel, how to pack. This is we're getting ready for this travel season, this summer season. So we're going to talk some more throughout the next month or so about travel and just seeing this world. One of the biggest tips I can give you is do it. Don't say I can't. Don't say I can't afford it. There's no great places to go. Don't say I don't want to leave this country. Or if you feel like you don't want to leave the country right now, this country has so much to see. I really want to start off with just maybe start from the small stuff and go to a big thing. I was researching some travel information so I can be prepared for you guys today. And I'm going to check with my co-hosts and see how they feel about this idea and would they do it. Here it is. I'm giving you a scenario. It's Tuesday, and you have an upcoming free weekend, and let's say it starts on Thursday. So your last birthday is Thursday. You look online, you just you talk to me, you call me on the phone, and you said, listen, I want to do something. And I just want to do something quickly. And I don't want to go spend too much money, and I don't have a whole lot of time, but I do have Friday. So what should I do? You get online. You check for a flight. This is 3 days before, 2 days before, sometimes 24 hours before. Our wonderful airlines, and I shouldn't, the cheap ones. I don't want to tag them because they're not our sponsors, but if you would like to be our sponsors, the cheaper ones, you might be able to find a flight, $50, $65. You book this flight early in the morning, the very first flight of the day. You have to be diligent. 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. You pack a very small bag that is either backpack or carry-on. Hopefully, you picked one of the airlines that allows carry-on. We're going to talk about that too. Carry-on, and you go to a city, let's say Atlanta or Miami or Portland, Oregon. And you go to one of the hotels that allows you to get a day pass, and you spend your entire day there with spa options and lounging by the beach. And some of those day passes provide you with a room. It's a package. You get it for and I'm just throwing numbers, but what I researched was about $60. So right now you're at $50, $60 for your flight. It's 6 o'clock. You are in your city, and you are at your hotel. That just costs you $60 to stay all day, and you get whatever treatment you want. You have done they have like I said, spa. You go to the gym if that's what you do, Coach Tracy. You go to the to the pool if they have that option. Of course, there's meals in there if you do your research. You catch the 8 or 9 o'clock flight back to your home city, and you have had a whirlwind day or a whirlwind spa day or just a hot getaway for less than 12 hours for less than $200, and you're back home same day.
Oh, wow.
I've been researching that. I'll be doing it soon. I just was researching that. It's one of the topics that, I try to follow on Instagram, Facebook. And then I also follow a couple of avid travelers. And I said that, why are we doing that? Why is that not, everything has to be a learning experience here on FEM Talk. Why is that not a mental health day? Why is that not the ultimate mental health day? And you've spent no more than you would spend if you went out to dinner and had drinks and all that good stuff. So ladies, if tomorrow was your day, I'll put you on the spot. I'll be fast thinking. Tomorrow was your day. Where would you go?
Arizona.
And why? I know why.
Boss.
Okay. I didn't want to say, but yeah, I would absolutely join you. Arizona would be amazing.
Yeah.
What about you, Dr. Me?
It's a 1 day trip.
Yep, you got to go very early in the morning, and you're gonna come back same day. Be there. You'll be home in your bed by midnight. Before midnight.
Maybe Chicago.
Nice. And why?
I've never been to Chicago, and I really want to see Chicago. I heard they have phenomenal restaurants, so maybe go restaurant hopping and get back on the flight. So I'm thinking, and I figured that flight would be maybe 4 hours, something like that. So it's quick.
It's quick,
not too long.
And you get to spend a day somewhere where you do not live. It's nothing but like where you live. And would you do it? That's the bigger question. When people think of vacations, they think it has to be 10 days, 2 weeks. It has to be 5 days or a full weekend. Sometimes we don't have the time to do that. And if you think about it, sites are conducive to that by offering $30
I like
for a
the thing
flight.
that you talked about the day pass. As soon as you said day pass, I was like,
Day pass.
And I know now. I know I'm not sure, Tracy. No, I think you did come. Remember how we used to go down to the shore and stay by and go on the beach with that hotel? I'm sure they do day
They
pass.
do.
I
They
never
absolutely do.
ask. But I love that idea, and that I would drive to. Like I would totally be down to
Ding, 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 ding,
drive.
ding.
Yeah, to drive. Now that I would drive to find a hotel with a day pass option. I'm gonna look into. I have to write that down. Woo.
I
actually saw a young lady who, and I can't think of her name right now, and it doesn't matter at the moment, but a young lady who's an avid traveler on Instagram who does it all the time.
Yes.
Does it all the time. Yeah.
What, day passes, you mean?
Yeah. Does the day passes, gets on a flight in the morning, does the day passes at the hotels, does the spa, the beach, that has a full day as if she's on a full, 4 or 5 day vacation, and then goes back to her home city.
I love that.
And think about the world that we live in. It is so social media based. And we have just finished. We just closed out April, and we talked to entrepreneurs the entire month. Now, as an entrepreneur, you go to this hotel and you let them know that I'm interested in visiting your, you said, I feel a trip going on.
I got my glasses on. I'm ready.
Exactly. And you're writing it down. I'm interested in visiting your location, your city, and I picked your hotel. Sometimes you just have to say or put your words together. And I am blah, 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 blah. And I do blah, 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 blah. I would love to come and visit you for the day. Or, and
I am wait, because you just had this idea pop in my head, right? FEM Talk trip. I am media, and I wanted to check out your hotel, and you get a feature.
Absolutely. Ding, 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 ding. And yes, think about what you can offer and what you can get in your travels. Listen, it's expensive. Not everybody can just throw down $1,000 and go to wherever and come back. You got to think, how can I make it? And I'm always going to go back to a mental health day. How can I get me a moment of reprieve and enjoyment, and then come back to my day, my life? It's a break. So reach out to your hotels. Make sure make sure that they are offering that, because they all do in some fashion. They may not give you a whole room. They may give you access to the spa that has showers, a place for you to lay down. I'm going to give you another example. And I said this because I've been to this spa, but there is a spa in Atlanta that is amazing. So it used to be, before COVID, 24-hour spa, and you could go there, stay there. You pay your daily fee. You don't even have to have services, because there's so many other amenities that you pay your $25 is probably double that now, because this was years ago. But in my mind, because I am an avid traveler, I can leave here, get that flight for $30, $40, $50, $60, and go straight, catch an Uber, go straight to the spa, pay my money. I can pay it for that day, or I can pay it for 3 days. I literally have somewhere to sleep that is safe, that is a locker, that is surrounded by people, and spa amenities for 3 days. And I haven't paid more than what a hotel would cost. I paid for the whole trip what a hotel will cost sometimes for one night. So you have that option. You have to, a lot of what travel is quick travel, cheap travel is flexibility. Time is not always based on time. Most of the time, it's based on options, availability, and money. What you're willing to spend, as opposed to what you're required to spend. when you just say, I need a hotel room. So the 1 day getaway is really is something I want to start doing more often. This year, it seems like I've traveled less. And I know it's just May. I almost forgot. It's May. But I feel like as much as I travel, I'm missing out. I had 4 whole months of going nowhere. How dare I?
How dare you?
What is that about?
I know. I have a question now.
What's your question? Is it how can we go more?
Yes.
Okay.
Coach Shema. I have Coach Travel Shema. I have a question. So you said go online. Now, I know we don't want to call out the airlines, but should you go on some of the websites for travel or directly to the airline? Because I'm assuming they're giving you that 1 seat, 2 seats, because they have open seating on the plane, like that last minute can't fill the plane kind of thing. Where do you get that cheap flight? The airline or
both? I don't know if that's me just being anal or I have a lot of patience, but I'll check both. A deal is a deal. Okay. Because it's last minute and they want to sell some of they want to sell or not, some of the direct sites, Be United, Celta, Northeast.
I think you can say them and we can put a disclaimer on it. You have people confused.
All those wonderful sites, their prices go way up. Yes, they go way up last minute. So you may be able to find something, but they're always going to outsource those seats, those individual seats. Sometimes they're middle seats, jump seats next to the exit or whatever. They're going to outsource them to those external sites, those discount sites.
Right.
I'm always going to tell you to be careful. You can find the best deals, but you could also run into some very, very big pitfalls that equate to credit tampering, losing your money, not getting an actual ticket. So just be careful about certain discount sites. But there are certain ones, reputable sites, that you can go on.
I use a reputable one.
I know you. I think Tracy does too, like the Expedias and the the cheap tickets, and those are great. The other ones that you probably don't hear a whole lot about, Travel Zoos, and even places like TripAdvisor. Though they have a site that puts these packages together and makes it easier for you to search. They also will get a discount. You'll see a little coupon sometimes that pops up. Listen, until you give your card, you're not on the hook for anything. Click it and see where it takes you. Of course, be careful when it does take you, and be careful what you do after that. I'm a person to go find it and then put my cookies back and then type in the website.
Yes.
So then I can see it gets rid of all those links and spywares that come along with it. And then I can see if there's a lock, if there's a safe option to search their website and still get that deal. Just to give you an example, I recently was looking for flights I think I was coming to Charlotte. I'm not sure. Or somewhere. Miami. I was looking for flights to Miami. And the rates were really high before I went. And I went to this site, and where everybody else was almost $500 now, I'm not sure if you viewers know, from New Jersey to Miami, there's no reason in the world for me, in my mind, to pay $500 for that flight. I never have. And I'm not talking first class. I'm talking basic economy.
That's
you
right.
have to pay for your bag or hold it in your lap, and you better bring your own snacks. $500? Absolutely not. So I found, one of those other strange little fly everywhere, not the snake, fly nowhere sites. And I booked it. This is a big tip. Anything you book should allow you to cancel within 24 hours.
That's right.
I don't care what site it's on. If it does not, there's a problem. But I booked it and they said, "Oh, we are processing your order." And once it processes, we'll make sure that we get you your pricing, and we'll contact you when it's confirmed. Until then, you'll see this update. It was like a little wheel. It'll say pending until it's confirmed. Well, it was saying pending for 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Thank God I was looking 2 weeks out, because it just kept saying pending. And of course, because I pay attention to those type of things, I start researching. And I'm an avid review reader. Listen, people, if you want to travel and you want to avoid several pitfalls, and you don't have people, as my bestie says that I need, you don't have people, read the reviews. You absolutely want to read them. And don't just stop as soon as you find the burst. Don't stop when you found the best. Read several. And I read a lot of Better Business Bureau reviews about this site, and it made me nervous. So I called them. They don't answer. I sent them an email. They're very busy. They'll get back to me. They still hadn't gotten back to me. This is by the third day. So when I finally got somebody on the phone, I said, well, I changed my mind. I'm not going to do it. Because they said, oh, let me show you what the prices are now. $475. I was getting $500 straight from Be United. Now I got to come to you and pay $475. So the discussion was, I don't want it. And then the reviews, they were saying, well, they'll wait till closer to your trip to tell you, oh, we weren't able to get that. This is what you have. Because you're thinking, I made the reservation. Here's my confirmation. I'm set. And you don't think about it till it's time to go. So that's just one of the recent ones. Thank God I canceled it. And I also locked my card. You guys thought this was only going to be travel? Pay attention to what your cards offer. I locked my card so that if it ever did become confirmed, they can't charge me.
They can't charge the card.
Right. So you got to pay attention on both ends. It's all about buyer beware.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know where we want to have a great time. You want to visit as much as you want to see, you can, but you also want to be safe. And nobody wants to come home and have to change their identity because they went to Miami for 24 hours.
24 hours. I have another question.
Sure.
Travel coach. What about okay, we can't say some of those sites, but those discount sites like Upon and stuff like that.
I like Upon. Yes, they are also reputable. Okay. They'll have blackout dates.
Right.
Which is fine. But the blackout dates they're only effective when you are looking for specific exact dates. Okay. If you're looking for that spur of the moment, I just want to get away. Those are perfect examples of what to use to get the best deal, best bang for your buck. So yeah, I don't know
because I've been on some of the trips there.
Yes,
and they really do have good deals, and the better deals are the ones that includes the flight.
Exactly.
You can find some that includes a flight, and so
absolutely can.
And
most of the time, those packages are really good.
Yes.
Packages, and you get a pretty decent room. If you look at your options, it's not like Bob's Motel on the side of the road. It's pretty decent places where you would stay. Now, would it be all 5-star? Maybe not, but it depends on what you're looking for and what you're going to do. Mimi brought up a very, very, very good point about the drive. That's right. Buy 2-star motel. No, thank you. Nope. But about the drive, we are about maybe an hour and 30 minutes from one of the beaches here in New Jersey. And that is a great, of course, if you are a beach person, that is a great getaway option. If you don't want to tack on the price tag of the flight, be okay with the drive. Listen, don't negate another drive, the bus. I know my bestie in a minute, she's going to shake her head. But I'm not necessarily gung-ho about the bus as I am about the train. That is a really good travel option. And I'm going to wait until we have our commercial. And I'm going to come back and tell you about that train option.
Yes.
All right.
You are watching FEM Talk on Trajectory TV. Welcome and enjoy the show.
Operate out of your dreams and your vision and not other people's expectation. Having breast cancer wasn't my choice, but the decision to live healthy so that I could stand before you here today, that's choice. You can choose this very moment to change your life from every perspective.
Tracy Randolph was our speaker. She came back because so many people liked her first presentation. I was one of those people that joined her fitness group, and it made me a better leader.
I grew up in a community, but they had limiting beliefs on what a little black girl could do. Everything that you do in this life is a choice. I choose to live healthy. I choose to change my mindset. I choose to be everything that I dreamed of because I choose faith and I choose me. Live healthy, be everything that you can be today. Choose yourself.
Hey, FEM Talkers, we're back. That was my bestie saying, choose yourself.
Oh, I know. I love
That's
it.
right. And that includes travel.
That's right. What's that?
That's right.
Remember the bed and breakfast. Oh, yes, with the winery. Yes.
Under $100 for 3 days.
That
is a really good
we
one.
had the best one. We sure did. And we can never find that deal again. It was one of the best deals we've had. And it was on that, one of those, that
those CPON sites.
One of those, Bizer, flip that buy, but
yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, okay.
Flip that Blizer.
Right. Trap advisor.
Yes,
Trap advisor.
and I went. And I just while we were on the break, I went to their site, and you put in that 4-hour drivable places.
That's right.
And there's tons of places and like you said, I'm a big I go by ratings.
Yes.
So you're 4 my husband can tell you, and my kids be all bougie, so they got to be 5 to 4 stars and up places.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to see hundreds of reviews that is 5, 4 and 5 and better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
4 stars or better, and hundreds of reviews. When you see a site that has hundreds of reviews, they're 4 and 5 stars. I think now you can put, and read them, because you need to see what the what different people know.
Not grouper.
Not grouper.
Not grouper like the fish.
Seeing what those sites say.
He jumped in on that.
So bad.
He said, I got it. That's right.
Those are options. And I'll say this, for years I believe as a mom and dad, a family of 5.
Absolutely.
We couldn't afford to fly kids anywhere.
It's hard.
So until one of them left, something like that. We just recently, as they got older, started taking flights to vacation. So we drove, but we were determined every year to take our children on vacation.
That's right.
So we always drove somewhere. And the East Coast, and I mean the full East Coast, there's so many things to do.
Right.
So many.
My mom and my dad fostered this love of travel. We went everywhere, and it was just me, my sister, and my mom and my dad. And though that doesn't seem like a very large family, it's a lot to have to put on a plane. Mm-hmm. So my mom and my dad are both road warriors. They both drive. They will drive anywhere. To this day, my mother's 82. She's out there. Hey, mom. She still can handle the road in that manner. Like when we take our trips and we're going up and down, coming from here and going to Savannah, and I'm usually the driver when I'm tired or I have a headache. She's the one that I look to and be like, "Can you just couple of hours so I can close my eyes?" So we have been those, you know how to accommodate a trip or create a trip that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, so that you can take your kids places.
Yeah, my dad bought a van for that reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
one of those vans where you relax and you can watch TV and you have your snacks and drinks and
it sure was.
Yeah,
that van took us to Virginia several times.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And that's right. How to pack and packing on stuff like that. That's how you pack.
That's exactly. You have to. You do old school. You pack some lunch. you fry some chicken.
Fried chicken.
Come on now, fried chicken down.
Yeah. Make sure you got some snacks and some soda, some juice, or whatever you drink or whatever you give. Our producer in the background just wanted to remind me about how to pack, because a lot of the things we talked about earlier in the show about the hop on and the carry on and the basic economy for your trips requires you to pack well and meagerly so that you can travel. Unless you want to pay, mommy said fried chicken. Unless you want to pay, not fried chicken and boiled eggs.
That was it. So can I tell it before you go on? Because I have to say it, right? As kids, right? We had a very large family, an extended family, and we got on the bus. They used to rent buses. My mom, Aunt Jeanette, and the other adults, they used to rent buses. We used to get on the bus, pack everybody on the bus. We had the fried chicken, the boiled eggs, the bread, the drinks.
Salad.
And we had the best time traveling on those buses. So thank you, Aunt Jeanette.
Absolutely.
And we thank you for those experiences. But I had to say it.
Absolutely.
she took me back.
Right. We didn't even know about, let's stop to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Why? We have eaten fried chicken and potato chips. It had soda and boiled eggs and potato salad.
Yeah.
All on the bus.
But I mean, but to this day, my kids will tell you of the best trips were those road trips. Because then, in addition to your fried chicken, we didn't do boiled eggs, but your tuna fish. Lamont did tuna fish though.
That's
tuna
right.
Fish, fried chicken, and all the chips in the world you could have, and those, and the drinks and stuff. Yeah. We also had games. So that we had a litany of games we would play, and they were the best trips. I mean, the memories that I remember once we had to stop because we were laughing so much. I mean, that's the kind of thing, and I think that's what people have moved away from. That a trip requires this, this big extravaganza. But I think the point is like get out of the atmosphere, change your atmosphere, and just get out and have fun
and create experience, create memories. Really, all that is like we talking about how to pack, and I stopped going with the mindset to go places and bring stuff back to people. I figured I want to bring back the stories. I want to bring back my experiences. I want to be able to be in the moment so much so that when I come home and I tell you about it, you feel like two things. Oh my God, I almost feel like I went there, or I can't not go there.
That's right.
I'm not all the t-shirts and trinkets, very cute. I thought about you, but I would rather bring you back the memories and the drive for you to go and see something else in this world.
There you go.
That's so true. You made me think about changing your perspective, right, on things. And sometimes that takes a change of environment, right? So you can see what's out there. You may not know when you're just closed into your own little world. You got to change your environment, see different things, and be able to change your perspective on life. So, thank you.
A couple of questions. How to prep for a smooth TSA experience? First of all, and I'm looking at my bestie.
I know, preacher. I knew you were going to say it.
First of all, if you can, please do pre-check. Because when I tell you it is less than 10 minutes, zip through, you don't have to take your shoes off, and you don't have to take your laptop out of your bag or your iPad out of your bag.
That's right.
Everything goes in. Granted, a lot of people are hesitant because it's a little invasive. But if you have a passport, you've already given a bulk of your information to the government. So
what makes you think the government
don't have it anyway, right?
They have it
anyway.
Exactly. This is what they're saying. This is
Right.
what I hear. Oh, but they want all this fingerprints and this, that, and other. Okay. So now they get your fingerprints. Don't do no crimes. Don't rob a bank. Don't kill anybody.
Listen, they can zero in on you from satellite, so there's nowhere that you can really hide anyway. So.
Where you going? Exactly.
Right. And for the job that I have and you had, they already my pre-check came back in less than, I want to say, 48 hours.
Absolutely.
Because they already had all that information. If you work for the government in any way, shape, or form,
they've already checked you out.
Kind of a criminal background check. Your information is already there, so you shouldn't even worry about why should I do this. You got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you might as well put your information in. And when I tell you, and what made up my mind was when we was in Hawaii and we were trying to come back. And for whatever reason, there was a 2-hour line for checking your bag, whatever that line is.
Absolutely. And the worst feeling is to be in that line and know that your flight is boarding. Granted, if you tell people I have a flight, can I please? You hope that people will let you through the line, and you hope that the agents will help you. Sometimes they won't.
They won't.
So,
I see people were crying on that line.
Exactly.
Because they got stuck in Hawaii because and they didn't care. People didn't care. Everybody was on this 2-hour line, and that we were just grateful we decided to go to the airport early, and we just made our flight. So when that happened, I said I won't do that again. And now we both have, Lamar and I both have pre-check. And it makes it now we can roll up to the airport a half hour late, for the flight,
right,
and feel good.
You don't have to spend your time making sure you're standing in that line. Mm-hmm. And it's no more expensive than checking your bag to and fro where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Pay a one-time fee. I went there thinking, register for 1 year, pay the $75. I'm good. It turned out to be 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to pay for 5 years, and I paid you $75. Okay, I'm all in. And I've used it so many times, and I've only had it a year. I probably had it a year, but I go so often, it makes a difference. It makes it lets you leave and prepare for your trip in a different mindset.
That's right.
You're settled and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Another tip with the TSA, listen, you got to be mindful. I know we forget stuff, but when I was saying this about my bestie, travel size toiletries.
I do that now. I'm better now.
She does. She's very good now.
I miss my large bottles. But
it is so hurtful to walk up to them and they pull it out your bag and they toss it in the garbage.
And the last 2 times we traveled, right? They took George because he just forgot, and we were traveling light, so we didn't even check bags, and they took his stuff.
They threw it away, and they don't listen. They're doing their job, so they don't have a problem. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody that gets all those wonderful bags of trash, and they shop for days. You have just supplied TSA agents with lovely Victoria.
This must be great for them because they got some good stuff there.
Bottles of wine. The man offered me to drink the bottle of wine. I was given a bottle of wine in one of the cities in Europe, and I forgot and put it in the wrong suitcase. I put it in the one that I didn't check. So he was like, "There's a bottle in there." I was like, "No, I don't have any toiletries in there. They're in my pocketbook." He was like, "No, in your suitcase." And it was a brand new bottle of wine. Mm-hmm. He's like, "You can step over there and drink it if you want, sir."
whole bottle.
Not gonna be the flight you think if I drink this whole bottle of wine. It ain't one of us ain't gonna make it, and I need to go home when this is over.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to make that process very, very easy. What is the craziest thing I lost in TSA?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lose it. I refused to. When I was coming back from Charlotte this last time, I did not now, this the crazy part is I said coming back, which means I had to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with the product, with the thing. And when I was coming back, the lady's like, there's something in your bag. And I was like, that's shiny or reflective or something. And I was like, what is it? And so they're digging, they're trying to find it. And it was in a pocket, like a lining of the purse. And it was actual Swiss Army knife.
What?
From Paris. And it had Paris and emblems on it from Paris. Normally I'd be like, oh, Swiss Army knife, you can have it. I'm gonna leave it here. And I just stood there and looked at it. I said, listen, I just came from Jersey 2 days ago. I would like to keep it. There is a process that is in most airports that will allow you to mail this thing home. It's usually at those stations. You fill out this form. They fill it out. They put it in the bag in front of you. Because other than that, you cannot get it back unless you want to go out and put it in your check bag. But they put it in for you. They give you a slip. You pay, I think, upwards of $25 to have it shipped to your house. In any other instance, I probably wouldn't have. But because that was a very commemorative item for me from being in Paris, I wanted to bring it home. And that's my fault because I normally clean out my purses. So there is an option. You always have that option if it's something. Don't let them tell you don't. There is somewhere in there, if you have time. See, this is the other part. If you have time to leave the line and go find this station, you should, if it's something you want to keep. If not, you got to be okay with giving it up. I think that was probably the closest to the worst. Other than that was a full body toiletry. I probably was upset. Sasha lost, my niece Sasha lost, she has diabetic cream. And she had 2 brand new ones, one open, one not. They let her keep the open one. That other one, they took it.
Wow.
So, and she was angry because she thinks she saw the lady put it in her bag.
But for something like that,
yeah,
they should allow you to keep it.
It's cream.
Right. And if it has to do with for medicinal reasons, right? Like,
right.
Let her keep it. It's for something.
But you stop me for things like that. But I had a whole corkscrew.
I remember I went through TSA once, and they said, "Well, you have some scissors in your bag." I had 3 hair scissors in my bag, 3 of them. I don't even know why I had 3, but they didn't stop me. They didn't stop me. That I could keep those. So you can't keep this, but you can. I don't know what the rules are.
I don't even think they monitor as well as they should. They're looking on that camera. If it stands out, of course, it's that kind of bluish. What is that? I don't know. It's like, I don't want to say iridescent, whatever that look is on the screen. They think they can see what it is. If they're not exact, they just pull it off. Sometimes they just completely overlook. I took a whole manicure case. It was 2 metal nail files, a nail clipper, and a pair of little scissors. In a case. You didn't see that, but you saw the bottle opener with no sharps.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the pitfalls at the airport. I have something in my hand. I keep touching it, and I want to talk about it very quickly as a packing item because I live and die by these. So much so I use them in my everyday life in my house. Anybody tell me what this is? I know.
It's a bag, right?
It's a bag. Wait, let me see.
Oh, drawstring bag.
This is a shoe bag.
Okay, a shoe bag.
But it can be anything. It can be a shoe bag. It can be a toiletry bag, As you can see, there's mesh lining here in case your shoes stink. Hopefully they don't. Don't do that to the people. But more so, I am a packing cube lover.
Yes.
And I'm using this as an example because yes, it's a travel bag. In my drawers in my room, all of my items that are small and like this are in packing cubes.
Mm-hmm.
Socks, stockings, underwear, some bras. It just makes it easier for me to maneuver in my everyday life. So imagine what my suitcase looks like. And I used to be the worst packer. I used to be the person that had the big suitcase. But when they start to restrict you to 50 pounds and sometimes 40 pounds with some of those, Northeast, Spricket, those airlines, they want to take you down to 40 pounds. And they didn't tell you. Right. That's something I did not know until recent, because everybody was at a 50-pound minimum, a maximum. They're down to 40 now. So you have to be able to pack better.
So I don't like Spricket.
With that. I know.
But know what else I started using?
She does not like Spricket.
You don't like Spricket. But and I learned this, and it really does help. To your point, the bags. And I know we don't have much time, but I'm a shopper of those things that come to your house, and one of those, and they come in bags. Some of them come in big baggies. I keep them all. So now like when you get clothes, they put them in baggies. You ever got
yeah, the little packing bags. They almost look like big sandwich bags, right?
Right, big sandwich bags. So they come, depending on what you buy, you get all kinds. I keep them all, and now I use them. Okay, put all my underwear in this one. I put all my clothes, my shirts in this one, and it helps organize the bag. It helps organize what you're taking, and it helps to like you said, condense the packing. So
the bags you're talking about are plastic, right?
Yeah, the Ziploc.
The Ziploc. Yeah.
That's right. Right. So who delivers to your house? You save them. Yes,
absolutely. That is a perfect packing option. I had a girlfriend who
we have to close out, ladies.
That time. I'm so excited about travel.
I know.
Coming up next week.
Listen, everyone, if you want to continue this conversation, we're going to be talking more about travel next week from a little bit of a different perspective. So you want to make sure that you tune in with us next week, get more travel tips from our travel guru coach here, She Shema Stroud. We want to see you next Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. right here on FEM Talk. Take care, everybody.